Oh, I forgot. That was
What?
the whole point of this pilot episode. We have to tell them where the name Funky Chicken came from. Because
Yes.
I know you guys are dying to know why such a random name. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, Ann.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
That's great.
This is our podcast episode
Yeah.
0. This is official.
So excited.
Tell the audience, what is the name of our podcast?
You guys are now listening to the Funky Chicken Podcast. I feel like I said that wrong. The Funky Chicken.
The Funky Chicken Podcast. This is your unhinged, unfiltered lifestyle podcast of a blended family. We're your hosts. I'm Ann.
I'm Liz.
And this is our in-progress studio because we believe that just getting started is better than perfection.
Yeah.
So we just did this today, my husband and I.
And plus, we're both a little bit impatient to start this because we seem so excited.
We're so excited.
We're so excited.
Ironically, I woke up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. with the idea and told her about it, and she had already been thinking about it. So in this seat here, we will be taking guest applications. So if you want to be on the Funky Chicken Podcast, let us know. We'll be talking about everything and anything. This is kind of like our therapy session.
Yeah, and instead of it being in the Jeep, it's in more comfortable positions and spots.
Yeah.
Just with the camera. Camera
and
light.
to all of our followers and subscribers. Make sure you look for the Funky Chicken Podcast on the YouTube. So if you like the video interaction and you get to see all the behind the scenes stuff on the YouTube channel, and then we will have an audio version shortly after the stream airs. We're going to do topics that range from TikTok trends to everyday trials and tribulations. And there may be even some serious things that we just got to talk about. I'm 41.
I'm 17.
And for you to get to know us a little bit, she's my bonus daughter.
Yep. She's my bonus mom. If you didn't put the puzzle pieces together.
Yeah, we use the term bonus instead of step.
Because step has always had such a negative impact behind it. And like when I tell someone, oh yeah, when I first moved in with you, people would ask me what you were to me, and I'm like, oh, she's my stepmom. They're like, oh, so she must be evil. I'm like, no, she's quite the opposite, actually.
We might need a full episode on when you first moved in with me.
Yes.
I was evil then, in her eyes. She was 10.
I was 10.
She was 10. Things were a little
chaotic.
They were a little difficult.
Yeah.
A lot of changes going on. So I think I heard, I don't remember where I saw it in my online trials, but I saw someone else that was like a parenting coach maybe reference the term bonus mom.
Mm-hmm.
And as things went on, I brought it up to her and her sister Shar, and we had determined that the term bonus mom and bonus dad were a better fit.
Yes. And sometimes when people ask me who she is, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's my mom.
Yeah, we don't go into a lot of details. Yeah.
Because it's too long. Yeah. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, womp womp. Pretty much sums that up.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us on this journey. We're already brainstorming different episode topics. And I think the first couple episodes, we're going to do some pre-scripted questions that we're going to ask each other.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do interview style with each other. And then we'll get into some of the other different things. What's going on in the real world, how we feel about certain things. I definitely think we should do some reactions to random things on the internet.
Oh yeah,
I think that would be hilarious. We're gonna bring in Dad once in a while, and we'll probably have some siblings on too.
Yeah.
So those are just our in-house guests.
Yeah.
And make sure you subscribe and you watch, because we're going to gradually be working on this section, and you'll be able to see the evolution of the Funky Chicken podcast.
Yeah. Which will be fun, because I can't wait to see, like, I see how it's starting. I just can't wait to see how it will end.
Yeah.
If it does.
Hopefully, if everything goes well, we're going to have a surprise episode in October.
And you guys don't know what it is, but we do.
We do.
We do.
So, like, we've got
a gist.
We're trying to give you some FOMO.
Yeah.
Okay, so just click the like, click the subscribe. Comment below if you have topic suggestions that you would love to hear us talk about, whether they're a little bit on the serious side, whether they're on like the funny side. We're definitely going to be doing a suspect challenge.
Oh, yeah.
And we're definitely going to be
we listen and we don't judge. That's going to be so fun.
Your dad thinks it's going to get a little rough. I might have to mediate that between you and your dad.
Oh, yeah, you're going to.
I was excited. This is exciting.
It is.
We're like popping our podcast chair. And we're going to put a link in the description. So if you're interested and you live near us and you want to be a guest on the podcast, fill out the application. If you want to be a guest on the podcast, but you want to do it virtually, we also encourage you to apply.
Yes.
We can figure out the tech as we go.
We can make it work.
We'll make it work. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. We don't really have like a tagged outro yet, do we?
No.
What's our tagged outro? I don't know.
Stay funky.
Stay funky. I don't know. Let us know. Do you like that one?
Yeah.
We might have to work on that.
Don't be a chicken.
Don't be a chicken. Don't be a chicken. Oh, I forgot. That was the whole point of this like pilot episode. We have to tell them where the name Funky Chicken came from.
Yeah.
Because I know you guys are dying to know like why such a random name.
Like it's gonna seem random to you guys, but to like us, it's like
it's a deeply rooted inside joke.
So like a while ago, like 5 years, maybe longer.
Has it been 5 years?
It was because I like randomly drew out the word funky chicken, and like you like noticed it, and we started just like joking about it, and like all of a sudden, like one day me and her just decided that one day one of us is gonna get the word funky and the other's gonna get like a chicken on them. I was like,
yeah, the conversation I think started when I came home from getting one of my tattoos. And Elizabeth, she's better about it now, but she loves to draw on herself.
You don't see it as often.
She was in one of those phases, and we were the parents that were like, at first we were really upset about it, but then we dug into the reasoning behind it, which we'll have to get into in a whole other episode.
Yeah.
But I came home from getting a tattoo, and she had happened to have like Sharpie all up and down her arms or in her holes on her jeans from school.
Or even on my jeans.
On her jeans, on her sneakers.
Yeah.
Her walls. So she was drawing on herself, and I had come home from getting one of the tattoos I've gotten since your dad and I have been together. And Elizabeth looked at me and she made a comment to me. And she was like, I cannot wait to get my first tattoo. And I said to her, I said, okay. Because at that point, like, she's already drawing on herself. I knew I was expecting it. I think you were like 12 or 13. And I said to her, okay, when you turn 18, I will take you to get your first tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
And then it evolved into, I will take you to get your first tattoo to,
we're going to get
tattooed together.
Yeah.
We're going to get like mother-daughter tattoos together. Then one day, it turned into her like me saying, what do you think we should get for, you know, like, what do you want to get for our mother-daughter tattoo? And she jokingly had written like funky chicken somewhere. And she just looked at me and she goes, I want to get a funky chicken tattoo. And I was like, okay, that's going to be a great story.
Mm-hmm.
And when I had my epiphany moment for the name of the podcast, I decided how random it would be to name the podcast the Funky Chicken Podcast, because it sticks.
I would get yelled at a lot for drawing on myself, but they eventually stopped. And there was this one night, I was upstairs in my room with the gel pen, and I just started my whole arm covered in it. I walked down and showed them, and then they started making fun of me because my spider had 6 legs, not 8.
I forgot all about that.
And even Marcus got on that too. He was like, why does it have 6 legs?
I forgot
have
all
8.
about that. I did. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening. Now you know the story is to why it's called the Funky Chicken Podcast. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
We are releasing the Funky Chicken Podcast VIP membership.
Mm-hmm.
You will get early access to newly released episodes. You will get a community where you can come together with other Funky Chicken VIP supporters and get direct access to Elizabeth and I because we will be in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And you will get exclusive behind the scenes footage and definitely some bloopers. And you will also get first access to new Funky Chicken Podcast merch when it gets released with a discount code. I mean, we are unhinged and unfiltered, and who's yet to be determined.
Yeah, just a little bit of both.
Yes, just a little bit of both. If you want exclusive access, become a VIP Funky Chicken Podcast member and subscribe with the link in the description below. I also want to make sure that you know that helps keep this podcast running and functioning. So if we need new equipment, so we can build the studio, so maybe Liz can get paid because it's something fun she can do while she's in school and enjoying after-school activities.
Yep.
So this wouldn't be possible without you, our supporters.